Because here's the thing, been busy, so you get the yeah, I just been doing research on you, make sure I had everything all set.
Oh, no worries, Phil. That I appreciate I guess the studying beforehand. So
Hey, listen, if I'm gonna be serious about this, I gotta do my research first. Otherwise, I'm just talking.
yeah, but it's still fun regardless. I think sometimes impromptu interviews can be fun as well. So
I know.
yeah.
So, but I guess we can go ahead and get this party started. So, well,
Woohoo!
who is Sukesha Ray I'm speaking to tonight?
Hi, Phil. Thanks for having me. I am Sukesha. For anyone who does not know me, the whole world calls me Sushi. I am an artist, singer, and it's funny enough. I used to stream quite a bit, but artist, singer, I guess I'd like to say streamer, but I don't do it as much anymore, so I will go with artist and singer. But um, I love being here. I love what I do, and I hope that the love shows through to you guys. So.
Hey, it's okay. Like, if something doesn't work, just pick up another project and just start moving.
It's just, the thing about streaming is that you have to put in so much time, to do it. I really was working though. I had like 1,000 viewers at one point. But what the issue is, Phil, is with streaming, and I should say this, my voice was feeling very tired. And you cannot do that with singing. So that's just really hard to do both. So I used to go for like hours, man. But, you got to pick and choose.
Make sacrifices.
You gotta sacrifice. Yep.
All right. Well, there's 20 questions. I divided up into sections, but
Okay.
instead of like, because when I did research on you and I had these questions, I divided them up. Like some of them have 4 questions, some have 3, and I think the first one it has 7 of them.
Oh, that's fine, Phil. No worries. We'll blaze through them. Okay.
So, all right. Well, that's all right. So section 1 is art and creative journey. Growing up in Pennsylvania, what first sparked your love for drawing?
I just always did it. I don't know, Phil. Like I think there's just some things that you're born loving. Does that make sense? Like the same way some people just love to play video games. I don't know. I've always had a pencil in my hand. It was like an unseen like thing, like an itch. I always like to describe it like an itch I could never scratch if I wasn't like drawing. You know what I mean? I feel like it's inborn. And like the number one thing I always like to say is the moment I was born, I swore I had a pencil in my hand because that's how much I loved it. So I just loved it. I can't explain it. It felt right to like like the same way like a football person would play football, right? Like a sports star would love sports. Like I just have this tendency to like love to do that. So yeah.
Wait, I know everyone has to begin somewhere. Sometimes fans like because I know some people would rather watch TV first, like
Mhm.
Toonami, and then they get into like broadcasting.
Yeah.
And then you got like artists who love like looking at all the artwork. Like they like going to like places that inspire them to do art. Because I know there's a lot of people who also go to the beach because they love the water. You
Yes.
want to do like a lot of artistic stuff, do mermaids, all kinds of sea
Mhm.
creatures. I have seen a few artists like that up close when I, here in my hometown, Savannah, who do that sort of thing. Because most of
Cool.
the people are from SCAD. You know,
Mhm.
SCAD is like Savannah Art of College and Design. So
Oh, right
that's
on.
that's where they've been making all the magic. There's like a lot of locations. There's one here where I am, one in Atlanta. There's one
Wow.
in Singapore.
Wow.
It's
Oh
really
my
popular.
God. I love to see artists, especially people like choosing that path to go. It's such a positive path, and I feel like art really, there's just so many avenues that you can take with art and music and just entertainment in general. But as long as you like really love it, it's the most important thing. So
I got you.
yeah.
This next question, and you might like this one because I know you played this game back then. You said Sonic Adventure 2
Yeah.
pushed you into anime and Japanese pop culture. I played the game, I just couldn't beat it. I'm trying to get back into that. What about that game made such an impact on you?
No, you didn't beat it. The hell? Why did you beat it?
It's hard.
What did you get stuck at? No, okay, it is pretty hard. Sorry, before I answer that question, it's where do you think it's hard at?
Okay, well the thing is, I think what's happening is it's really hard with the controls these days
I
because I'm
get.
playing it on the Xbox now.
Oh, okay. So that's way different than like the old Dreamcast and stuff. So
No, it's difficult.
no,
I got
it's okay. I
I
get
got
it.
I gotta get used to the controls.
Yeah. When once you get that, then you got it. But let me tell you, some of those stages, oh my gosh, I think I gave up like 100 times because they were really hard. So,
Mhm.
um, either way, yes. Back to the question. Yeah, Sonic Adventure 2. I remember my dad. I always drew though. I was always drawing like dinosaurs and like animals, and then my love for like the pop culture really came in with Sonic. And so with that being said, I remember my dad coming home one day and he's like, "I have a surprise for you," and I was like, "What, Dad? What is it?" And then he was like, it's this some game they had it like my dad doesn't know anything about video games. God bless his heart. He's this grumpy little Indian guy. He still
Oh,
supports me. He's so funny though, and everyone loves Subier. So he came to me and he's like, "I found this at GameStop. I know you love video games because I always used to play those little games on the computer, like the ones built in. We were in the 90s, man, with like the box computers." And he's like, "I think you'll really like this game." The guys at the counter said it was like a bestseller. And I was like, "Oh, Sonic, interesting." And I got so hooked, Phil, like from the beginning. I wanted to draw those characters. I practiced like Sonic all day, every day. So,
and
so
I could tell you were a true Sonic fan back in the day. But yeah, it's
still.
just ever since that game came out. I first played it. When I was at my cousin's house. They didn't have the game because my parents
Sure.
didn't really do a lot of games because they want me to focus on school.
No, I
So
understand. Hmm.
So it's been, but yeah, I've been trying to get back used to the game because here's the thing. I know that lately with a lot of the Sonic games now, of course, Sonic Crossworlds drops this
Hmm.
upcoming week, playing that game next. They've been doing like a lot of music and like animation and all this stuff because someone who I forgot his name, Tomohiro Otani or something, he composed all
Yes,
the.
Otani. Oh my goodness. Otani is amazing. Stop it.
Yeah,
I
he's a
can't believe
legend.
you I'm sorry, I can't believe you just threw that name out there. I love him. Sorry. Go ahead.
Hey, listen, I didn't. Listen, I told you I'd be looking at who be doing all this stuff now, and I want to make sure I pick their brains about it. But yeah, he was like he did all the music for all the Sonic games. He also did Sonic Frontiers, and basically, and I'm about to nerd out here. Sonic Frontiers. After when they did Sonic Forces, they were
Yeah.
really brainstorming on where to take Sonic the Hedgehog for the next decade because they got
Yeah.
after Sonic Forces, they just got tired of doing a one path forward. They wanted to give Sonic more freedom. Basically, with the way technology is evolving these days,
Hmm.
they want to feel like this is what a true modern Sonic game is.
Right.
They gave that energy to Sonic Frontiers.
Yes.
So
They did. They did.
they need to keep doing stuff like that.
I liked, it was a very different style of gameplay for Frontiers. The soundtrack, Otani, I think it won awards because if it didn't, shame on them because he did fantastic. I listened to that soundtrack every other night just because of how good it is. But I think I would have liked inclusion. If Sega ever hears this, this would be great. Please include the Chow Garden again because that was my favorite shit. Like I like that the separate like mini sort of thing where you could like raise your own like those little creatures chows, like please bring that back, Sega. That was so bomb. So
Man, I gotta get back to Sonic Adventure 2 one of these days and try to get the game in through. Because
yeah.
lately I've been listening to so much Live and Learn lately, ever since they did Sonic the Hedgehog 3. And
Nice.
then when I watched Sonic X, the
Yeah,
Japanese version, I was like, seriously, for kids, you couldn't put Live and Learn in the English version?
I
Are you
know.
serious?
I could go off about it, trust me, Phil.
I was gonna ask Jason Griffin next time I asked him, like, why couldn't the 4 kids put this in here in the English version? No, like, they will never understand this. Here's the thing: Sonic Adventure 3 people,
Yeah,
they need the task at hand. Please put
yeah.
the song in the movie, otherwise, no.
See, the movies are great though. I'm really proud that they listen to the fans. So
They,
movies are great.
yeah.
Yep.
So, I know I rambled on that question, but it was just a lot
Yeah.
venting to bring out there.
It's okay.
In high school, you built your own art business and started traveling for conventions, and I could tell because I've seen all the posts you've been doing. What was it like bouncing and being a teenager with already running your own brand?
It was a really like kind of overwhelming, but I never really, even though I was like already doing that, I still had it in my mind that I was going to be a doctor, funny enough. And I was just like, oh, this is just like, at the time I was like, this is a cool side thing. I'm not really sure if it could be anything like bigger yet, but at the same time, I was doing really well. So it always crossed my mind. I'm like, I really fucking love this. Sorry, can I swear? Or are you gonna
Go
bleep?
ahead. Go
I
ahead.
can swear? Okay. I
No
should have.
filters. It's called no filters. That's why I had the slogan, no
Okay.
filters.
Okay. Thank you, Phil. But I'm like, I really fucking love this, you know? So I was still like thinking up until like after college, I was like, damn, I think I really love this. No offense to college, but like, I think I love doing art. Like, I think this is for me, you know? And no one can really deny that. Everyone saw me growing up, like the passion I had for it, you know? So, it was a little overwhelming though to balance it because I'd get tired and then my friends are like, oh, let's do this. But I'm like, you know, it can get overwhelming, but it was really exciting and fun. So,
Yeah. And truth be told, sometimes it pays to be a nerd these days. And to be honest, back in middle school, I was like just trying to be cool like everyone else, hang out with the right people, like guys in the hood or something,
yeah,
getting basketball shoes.
yeah, yeah, man.
But I figured that wasn't me. So I figured let's just go
Yeah.
back to where all started for me. Like for me, where it all started, I watched Batman the Animated Series, and that's where I got all
Oh,
into pop culture stuff. So I was
yeah.
like, let's just go back to where it all began for me. Let's just stop trying to be so hard to be something that you're not.
You know
So
what? Phil? I love that you said that. This is such a, I like these questions that you're throwing at me. And I agree with you. You probably, I think every kid goes through this where they like don't want to really say what they're into because of the stigma behind anime that it's had for years. And some people in the fandom, I must say, are a little bit more wilder than others, which is fine. I don't judge those people. Unless you're like really, really crazy. Like there was a guy at a show that ate my business cards one time. And I'm like, if you're that crazy, honey, please, I don't want to be associated with you. You know what I mean? Like, that was
that's
bad.
insane.
He ate them. It's a real story. It was last year at Boston Comic Con. Yeah. So I'm like, if you are that weird, it's like people like that give the anime kids like a stigma. So I hid it too. I hid it for a while in school. And I would draw it like in the back, but I wouldn't be like, I'm an anime nerd. You know what I mean? Like it's, but I love it. Shit, I had to hide that shit away. And then now I'm just like fully fledged, like anime is fucking cool. Like it's cool as shit. So,
Hey, don't let anybody change you, okay? Like, listen, like
right.
I don't let anyone change me. I'm into this stuff. I'm into that stuff. Everybody's got different quirks and personalities.
Love it, Phil.
Hence my Hero Academia.
Oh,
So
I was gonna say I got that right away. I'm like my hero reference right there.
yeah. So yeah, keep doing what you love. Don't
Yeah.
don't let nobody stop you.
Nope. Nope.
So
Not love that.
yeah. Next question. You create covers for DC Comics,
Mm-hmm.
Capcom, Udon, Image, and more. What was the moment you felt like this was my big break?
Big break with DC, straight facts. DC, man. And it's funny because I started there. Most people don't start there. They do a lot of these other ones before and then they get to DC. But DC was my starting point. I just auditioned and then I got it. And then I never even thought it though. I was just that weekend is very clear to me, Phil. I just came to MegaCon. Every year it's one of my favorite shows to do. I know the showrunner, he's a great guy. I love that show near and dear to my heart. So I was just like, all right, I'm going in to a great show to see all my fans and friends, and I'm so excited. And so then my friend, and I tell the story all the time, and I'll sum it up for you. My friend Mustafa, who already works for Marvel and DC, he was like, hey, go submit your art. You should see. I mean, you never know. You could get with DC. And I was like, are you sure? Like, I'm an anime artist. I don't know if they'd like me. And he's like, you missed 100% of 100% of the shots you don't take, Sukesha. So get your butt up there and submit your work to DC. And I was like, okay. And I think the very same weekend, I actually got called back to Marvel, which was wild. Marvel didn't hire me, but I'll touch on that, why they did not. But yeah, I ended up getting hired that weekend. And I was like, what the shit is this? I was like, there's so many talented people there. And something about my work called to, at the time, it was Ben Abernathy from DC. He was the editor. And I was like, are you joking right now? That's crazy. And then since then, I think it's just been like a snowball kind of effect. So I didn't even see myself like that, though. I was just like, I know I'll get people to see my work someday, but I don't really know what direction I want to take. You know what I mean? So I was really excited. That was the big point.
Well, hey, at least you didn't give up on doing what you want to do. You kept pushing for it. Here's the thing: I would rather you try to attempt it first and see if it doesn't, see if it works out. If it doesn't, let's retreat and try to figure out part two. What's plan B. So like for myself, like I didn't imagine that I would get out of college with a bachelor's degree in media production and journalism. And
Yeah.
now I'm out here doing this podcast. Just went to the tattoo festival to interview tattoo artists. I never imagined myself doing my own creative independent journalism like that.
Awesome, Phil.
So I'm guessing it's kind of like a sort of, I guess it's a form of art with me doing all this. And now I'm about to be done with my cybersecurity thing. I'm back in school doing cybersecurity.
Amazing.
I just got certified for a PC repair and network technician.
Dude, there's such a market for that. Are you kidding me? And it'll never go out of business because we're going into a tech era. So great job choice. Very good.
Hey, I'm like, well, media is fun and all. I got to find something to do in the meantime and fund all this cool stuff I'm doing.
Feel that. I use my to primarily fund my music too, because music is very expensive. It's an expensive career. So everything I do with my art, a lot of it goes into the music. So
there's an old saying, choose a job that you love and you never have to work a single day in your life.
Yes, sir. That's a good one. It's a good saying, Phil.
Yeah. Next question. Your style blends anime and pop culture with avant-garde high-end techniques. How did you develop that unique visual voice?
I studied with this is a great question. I studied, a lot of people don't know this about me, but I used to do like the graffiti art a lot. And I studied with some of like the best in the world. Like I want to say studied, it's more like I was like their colleagues and they allowed me to like paint alongside them. And those spray paint cans, man, that is a whole other level of technique that you really have to learn, the graffiti, right? And you learn just like about the cultures of all these artists and appreciate like the beauty of all of that, you know? And I studied with them for a while, and then I even I dabbled a little bit into like the animation with like what's that 3ds Max, and like, you know, you just dabble and you learn different things and it grows. I think it not so much grows, I think it teaches us more with what we can and can't do, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But nah, man, I fuck with traditional art because you see all the AI is like, it's kind of taking over. Traditional, I feel like, is the only way we can save ourselves. So, so people are accusing everyone these days of AI art, which is crazy. So
yeah, sometimes AI doesn't give us all the answers. Like for example, if I need information on something, like hey, I need some information on such so and so.
Yeah,
it gives me some of the stuff. Because the thing is, I don't want to rely on it too much because I want to at least try to. Here's what I usually do. I usually come up with my own words and everything, like paragraphs, and then I'll say, hey, can you see if this looks perfect? If you need to revise it, you can.
yeah.
But I want to make sure I do my own thing, and you know. It's okay though. Like AI can be a tool, but don't use it to put people out of business now.
I think, but people are very smart though, Phil. Like at least real true art connoisseurs know that you didn't draw that. And something that's very good is I've built my name from like when I was very young. So people can look at my timestamps on those pictures when they were published, and they go back to like 2011, 2010. Like that was before this whole thing even went down. So like I already have like my timestamps, and I draw live for people all the time. So I'm grateful for that at least, but I feel bad for a lot of people who are more digital based, you know? So that's also that's tough. I would just say to like artists out there, whoever's watching, like record your entire process. It'll definitely help because it'll be fun for us, I swear.
And to be honest, I do like the name Art by Sushi. It's really nice. You know, thing is, ever since I started this whole thing, I was like, you know, my previous username was Philco2000 because I was born in 2000.
Cool.
So
yeah,
I was like, with this whole thing blowing up, and now I'm going to like all these festivals and conventions, interviewing people, and doing all these video game walkthroughs and videos. I was like, I might as well embrace this name, Philco Productions.
Yeah, love it.
So because pretty much with productions, I can do anything.
Yeah, of course, dude. You're like, your whole platform is like, there's no limits to it, you know? There is really no limits. So
I'll share my adventures, travel out the country, do all that kind of stuff. So yeah, pretty much you can't pull strings on me. Always wrong.
Yeah. I understand, Phil. Yeah.
So sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Okay. Being featured twice as a solo artist at Art Basel is a huge accomplishment.
Yeah.
I know because I read your website.
Sure.
What do you remember most from those experiences?
This is interesting. So I loved being a fine artist. I could still go back because it's more so doing like the big canvases, right? And those sell for like 3K, 10K. They're nice, but I see a lot of like there was a big controversy recently with a woman who was selling fake AI art, just like printing stuff like AI slop out and then painting over it. I
Uh,
see a lot of that in the fine art scene. And I'm not going to name names because I just don't want to do that, you know. But I see a lot of that. I'm not shading the fine art scene. There's a lot of fantastic fine artists out there. I liked it. And it's just a different world a little bit. But I feel like a lot of people are getting scammed. But then again, if they buy it, then hey, you know, it's on them. It's just like you'll see like the banana on the wall that sold for 200K. It's just there's in that scene there's a bit of money laundering, I must say. And there's not so much a respect for the artist. I don't know. There is and there isn't. It's very much more of a social thing versus like this scene. This is why I chose more to do like the comic industry because there's more love for the art, more respect for the art, more talent personally. Sorry, no offense to fine artists. I know there's fantastic like hyper realistic artists that paint big canvases. There's very conceptual artists that are genius, so I'm not putting them down. Then I know I have a friend who like runs all of Palm Beach and he does the most fantastic like fine art shows from people all over the world who are amazing. But I'm talking like the Miami Art Basel. You'll see sometimes people are not what they say. So I learn, and that's something I loved doing it. Maybe I'll do it again, you know, but I just feel like there's more of an appreciation for the art on the comic side. That's just how I feel. So,
that's
but
nice. Hey,
it's an accomplishment. So yeah, sorry.
hey, you're good. You're good. Yeah, I totally agree. Sometimes, people just don't tell the full story. Imposter syndrome. There's that too.
Yeah,
So it's just like basically you're just playing okay, especially like you're just going blind into like, into unknown territory,
yeah,
basically. But sometimes people will be like, I don't know what this person does. And other people be like,
sure.
hey, I'm not really phased with it because I can, see the forest for the trees. So
Like that hoe from Dragon Con, Phil, the one that was selling, I creeped on with like one of my close associates. We creeped on her website because she really also disrespected people in my sphere. Like we're so much of a family in the comic sphere. We all know each other and we're a family, right? But she very much disrespected people in our sphere. And I went on her website and she does exactly what a lot of people at these like fine arts shows do. She printed out pictures of like, and actually one of the artists was like, that's my piece. She stole my piece, printed it out on a canvas, and then painted over it and slopped it over. Like, I'm like, that's so disrespectful. It's like someone printing out my art and painting over it and saying it's yours, and then she's flipping it for like $3,800, $10,000. Yeah, $5,000. It's crazy. It's
that's
so, isn't that awful?
I know, like these
Yeah.
people put a lot of hard work and soul into these
Yeah.
projects they do. Like, don't take someone else's work. Because there was
Yeah.
another incident, but I think it happened back July. Anime Expo was in July. I
Yes.
don't think you've heard the news about this guy who had his equipment stolen in Los Angeles, where he was.
Oh no.
Yeah, he had all of his equipment stolen. He had like his camera, his printouts, because he had an interview with the person who was doing like Viz Media, all
Okay.
the
Oh,
comics and all that stuff, and
oh,
all his stuff was stolen. So it's
oh,
and listen, and thing is, he did put up a GoFundMe. I did put a link in my bio back then, see if it's helped.
good.
But yeah,
Oh,
but you just got to be careful with people like that because these people don't care how this might affect the other person. Like, did you ever
no,
think about how this might affect the other person?
no.
They don't like they just rather just take the word and start running with it. Be like, hey,
Mhm.
I did all this and everything, but that's and listen with me, and since I have like so much like because I have a lot of expensive equipment I used to take with me these days, and I'm
Yeah,
like most of that stuff stays on my body, like it's on my strap. I don't take it
yeah,
off.
yeah, Phil. Especially for camera equipment. That stuff's so expensive.
Yeah, like so. And I also posted in my video saying, listen, as heartbreaking as it is, it's this what a convention as big as these, it's way too easy for this stuff to happen. And
No,
so having you can still have fun, but watching each other's backs and watching your stuff has to be part of the experience now.
absolutely. Yep, I agree. Keep
So
that simple. So, yeah.
exactly. But yeah, just be careful. Make sure don't like I said, mess anyway. Don't steal nobody else's work. Do your own thing. It's not gonna come. You're not gonna be. It's not gonna make you happy in the end.
Yeah, I mean, also people are just gonna really hate you. And like the person was like they laughed out at like someone in our industry. They were like, "Well, you guys are just jealous that I'm making so much money." And I'm like, "Dude, that's not what it's about, first of all. Secondly, we all do fine, so you don't have to worry about us or compare how we all do. It's the disrespect that you put towards this industry. That's a big reason. We just want you out of here, girlfriend. So
Mhm.
bye.
Like
Sorry.
treat others the way you want to be treated.
Yeah, exactly.
And the thing is, I'm actually about to. I'm going to be at Anime Week in Atlanta this Christmas.
Oh,
Mm,
awesome.
So I'm
Cool.
trying to go there. Are you going to be there? Nope, not really.
What date on that film?
It's December 18th to the 21st in Atlanta.
I may be in Japan for a show. So
Man, I'm still trying to get there. Ah,
ah, you'll make
I,
it,
I'll
Phil.
make it because here's the thing. Because I am trying to find some cybersecurity jobs over there because pretty much Tokyo is pretty much known for having expensive toys to play with.
Oh, Phil, yes, you would be in like a Wonderland,
Yes.
sure.
But yeah, going back to what I was saying, yeah, I'm going to be there. I'm actually going to do like some breakdowns of the convention, the buildings, and then I was also going to talk about an incident that happened. I think you're familiar with Demon Slayer. Haven't seen the Infinity Castle movie yet. I'm going to try to go.
Loved,
I'm
loved
going.
it. My grumpy dad, and he didn't fall asleep, and I'm pretty proud of him. That says something.
I'm gonna go this week when I get paid again. So, um,
Yo, so good. Yeah.
so there was this issue with Zach Angler. Apparently, there was this fan that was following him around, and his family, his parents. They actually found the hotel he was staying at too.
I think I heard about that. That's
And I and I was like, and she was on the autism spectrum. But here's the thing in my head, I was like, listen, even if you're on the spectrum, you can't be doing that.
yeah. It's disrespectful.
And
So.
so next day, security escorted her out of the convention. So they and guess what? They was filming herself in the autism spectrum. I was like, hey, no, no, not no, no. I was like, don't film it. Don't film yourself.
I hate how everyone feels the need to film everything these days. I think in some instances it can be beneficial, right? But like I hate how everyone just has to have a phone in their hand and they always have to do something to make it viral. I'm like, can we not just enjoy the moment for the moment, you know?
And guess what? And I also mentioned one of my previous. So this isn't an isolated incident either. If you remember WWE, Rhea Ripley, someone found her house while she was out of town in Australia back in February. So this isn't an isolated incident.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
no, it's definitely scary. Us as creators, we always have to watch out and just be careful, you know, and
mhm,
for a similar reason, because I had dealt with some like stalker kind of people back in the day,
mhm,
especially on Twitch when I was a Twitch person.
mhm,
Mm. I dealt with that, and I just would never like you'll never see me posting my exact location, like
mhm.
just like where I am. I mean, like obviously you guys know I'll be at the shows usually, but I don't
Yeah.
know. I had like a crazy one that was like obsessedly like in love with me, and I was like, oh my God, this is bad.
And then Instagram got the whole doxing thing, and I was like, oh, they trying to dox. I'm deleting my location from here.
Yeah, exactly. People
Listen,
get
I like you guys, but I don't like y'all that much. I want to find out where you guys are.
yeah.
Listen, like I said, I always ask permission. That's why I don't be going
Oh
to these places.
yeah, they do have that feature, and Snapchat did it first. I think they had it first, so I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so and I'm also so I'm going to talk about that, and then I was going to tell you about like I said before, I was going to say to because I know the voices are going to recognize who I am when I tag them for Anime Weekend Atlanta. I'm going to say stuff like, you see, we as fans, we have to earn the voice actors' trust when stuff like this happens, and it's
Mhm.
much harder to do so if stupid people do stupid things.
I know. It's just it, and I think that's the case in every scenario. It takes one stupid idiot to do something, and then the whole rules kind of get changed for everybody. But
Yeah.
it's just the nature of things, you know.
And thing is, and I was gonna do like a vengeance because I was like, here's the thing, I don't care if these guys voice Batman, Superman,
Mhm.
Goku, Vegeta, All Might, the Avengers, Guardians of the Galaxy, or freaking Thanos. They're human beings. They
Right.
look like us and they grew up like us.
Yeah.
So please respect them.
Yeah. We're all humans, so we can do that.
So
Not that hard.
that's all right. Hey, listen, when something like this comes out, I do vent a lot. So
Oh no, please. I love it though. You're very passionate. So keep it going.
we're at the end of this section. Then we'll get into section two. Okay. So section
Okay.
two is going to be medicine versus art. So
Yeah.
let's get to the last question. You painted murals, exhibited at major shows, and done pop culture work. Which project has challenged you the most creatively?
Transformers. Oh my God. Like, do you love how I just didn't even hesitate for like a second when I said that? Fucking that
No.
cover. That was the most challenging fucking thing I've ever done. And the funny thing is, that was the only one out of spite for somebody. It's a long story, but I wanted to be submitted for that project specifically to challenge myself. And boy, was I challenged. And I had to do that whole cover within like 2 weeks. So you have like three Autobots and the three Decepticons.
Okay.
Details are ridiculous on Transformers. You know that. They're robots. So it's something that I'm not very much used to drawing. I had to do it during shows too, like my busiest shows that I was going to. So that's why people are like, why are you taking time off? And I'm like, because you have no idea what I went through. And I'm like, you have no idea. Come back from a show. And then I damn, what is it, draw till like 4 a.m. And I used to cry over that cover. I was like, Mom, it's not good enough. I don't know what to do. Like, because I always want it to be the best for the fans, right? Dude,
Mhm.
that was so challenging because those digital pieces, Phil, I take so long on those. So Transformers, but it ended up okay. Finished it. It's all good.
As long as you persevered and you did the best you could. You know, if you, I'll tell you one little thing. I actually watched Spider-Man 2017, the animated TV show with Robbie Damon and everyone else.
Sure.
He was talking to his Uncle Ben and saying like, "Hey, Uncle Ben, I lost the race and I failed." Yeah, and then Uncle Ben and tried to get him back on scene, saying, you know, were you okay? Yes.
Mhm.
Did you get back up and kept running? Yes.
Mhm.
That's all that matters.
I love Spider-Man. He's such a relatable superhero. So to like us all.
Can't wait for that Spider-Man film next year with Tom Holland. I cannot wait. But
They're always putting on one, so that's awesome.
I'm looking forward to it. All right,
Hmm.
so we are now officially done that section. Section two, it should be quick because it's only 3 questions. So,
Yeah,
medicine versus art. Now, you graduated with a chemistry degree, right?
I did.
And were accepted into medical school. Now, what was going through your mind when your art suddenly took off instead?
I think it was already taking off though, Phil. Like even when I was just studying in college, I started to get like contacted by like, no, the celebrity stuff came after college, I think. Yeah, so it happened a little bit after college when I was still studying for the MCATs when like I got contacted by friends of I did work for Ray Shremmerd, like Steve Aoki I did some stuff for. I even dropped off a piece to Diddler. Uh I hate that I drew a piece for Diddy. He didn't ask for it, but I dropped it off at his house. Because I knew where he lived. Don't ask. I really was in like the very heavy rap industry, like back in 2017. Don't ask. It's a long story.
It's,
Uh,
I won't ask. I won't ask.
okay, then ask. Yeah, but I really got into some like deep shit in the music industry. But I dropped off something to Diddy's house, and I never saw it, so I'm assuming he took it. But I still want that back though. I want my damn shit back. Anyway, but yeah, no, I was seeing that a lot of people were wanting my work for various projects, and then that's when I really started to see the momentum, like and at a obviously not at a value that it is like today is, I'm on something today, but yeah, I started to see it like pick up then, and I was like, wow, this is, I don't know now because I'm doing really well with myself, like enough that I can like support myself as well, which is amazing. And I thought about it. I was like, damn it. Like, and when I got that letter coming in, like the mail, like the chemist, or sorry, when I got that letter from medical school that, hey, you got in, blah, blah, blah. I told my dad, I was like, Dad, because I knew I'd have to give up art. That if you want to be a good fucking doctor, you're not going to do anything else. You're going to study like a motherfucker, you know? So I knew I had to give that up. And I was like, Dad, I could probably always go to medical school. Dude, I could choose tomorrow to fucking go. Just study for those damn MCATs. I always have my degree. I could choose to go tomorrow. But art, I don't know. It's just something about like art and music. I want to do it. I don't think so. I think this was always supposed to be my path, you know? So sorry.
And, and this goes back to what I was saying earlier. That don't try so hard to be something that you're not. And if medical school is not for you, find something else to do. And to be honest, I think art has always been your thing. You were born to do it,
It
so
always
I think you were born to do art. So I see why not continue doing art.
Me too, Phil. I just, even since I was a little girl, like I used to draw in the corner and people would just like flock around me, like flock. And I didn't even think the art was like that. I mean, I thought it was like good. I put my heart into it, but everyone in my class would just be like, whoa, look at what Sukesha drew. Look at what Sukesha drew. And I'm like, I mean, it's just like Sonic or something. I'm like, it's just that, but it just always seemed to find me, and making people happy this way is, I think, was always that was what it was supposed to be always. So yeah,
Yeah.
I looked deep inside. I was like, nah, man. Also, my dad just got like really fucked like with his job. I just like see so many people like trying to like sue just different doctors. Like there was one time this idiot lady like tried to sue my dad. So my dad like told her, he's like, yo, you're gonna like your appendix is fucked and it's gonna burst like tomorrow. You should get that operated on, like stat. And then this lady, she didn't listen to my dad and she was like, no, it's fine. I'm not gonna do that. And then it burst the next day, go figure, because my dad said it was going to burst, and it burst. And then she tried to go sue my dad and this was like after he had done surgery on her. And I'm like, girl, like, people are so hateful. So, like, in surgery, there's just a lot more cards on the table, and anyone can just cancel you, like, just because they hate you because oh my god. And obviously my dad won that case, but there's just so many cases in the medical field that just nothing against whoever's trying to become a doctor. I just think it's not for the faint of heart, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And we need doctors, which is amazing. If you guys are doctors or medical field, good for you. Like, please. My mom's a nurse and she loves it, but like, damn, that sucks, dude. Anyone can just be like, I'll see you. And come on, it's ridiculous. So
That's a nice story. I didn't know that happened. But yeah,
yeah,
I feel, we all need doctors at some point in our lives. But if some
yeah.
people don't want to be doctors, some people don't want to be doctors. Some
Yes,
people don't want to be artists. Some people don't want to be artists. It
yeah.
just depends. Okay, I think basically just depends on the person.
It really does. It really does, because the entrepreneurial lifestyle is not for everybody. Someone kind of like more so my dad, you follow a set of steps and then you get hired by a hospital and then you just kind of like do that. You just do it as you go. But like entrepreneurs, it's like also just a different mindset because you really have to make your own schedule, right? And that can also pose its own challenges. Like sometimes I feel like I'm constantly working and people always say this about me, but it's its own struggle sometimes. So
Nine. Do you think your scientific background influenced your creativity anyway?
definitely. Absolutely. Even in like even in the lab, did it influence? Yes, because they teach us like so many ways, like you can create these amazing compounds. What I did was badass, like my specific sector. And I hope that I can influence people to like get into chemistry this way because I fucking hated that shit. I hated it. When you take Gen Chem, I used to hate it, but then I got this professor. It really shows, and I'm kind of going on a baby tangent here, but Professor Chap at Allegheny, there's a professor at Allegheny College that he graduated from the same college, Dartmouth, as my father, but he loved it. He loved inorganic chemistry, and it was a very much a Walter White. We were genuinely doing research to change the world and create these compounds that could aid in everyday life. It's almost like you're putting your own footprints. And he was all about green chemistry, finding a way that we can convert this into this. So this is less toxic. And it's sort of like cooking. It's creating in a sense. So it did fuel the creativity and aided, I think, in a sense, to the art. So
Okay. Yeah, because sometimes, there's been now I'm all excited to talk about it. There has been like a few things, scenarios where people ask, you ever just sit in your lab working on something, just waiting for something to happen?
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
like, ever feel, that's what I'm just saying. This that type of scenario that people usually telling people. It's like I can do a lot of stuff. Like, I want to see what happens next if I do this.
yeah,
It's like neurons firing.
dude. And I have this cool ass project, man. And I actually, yours is the only talk show I've ever spoken about this with. But and I post about this sometimes on my social media. But my specific senior project, basically, this is so fucking dope. You can choose to pick whatever you want to create and synthesize because we had state of the art. If you want to do chem, go to fucking Allegheny because they got this state of the art NMR machine. They have like the best tech to like research like the creme de la creme to help society. And I wanted to do a project, and hopefully one day it'll be possible, where you can convert the air that we breathe like out, carbon dioxide, right? We breathe it out. If you can convert that molecule and you just rip off the oxygens, it's CO2, right? You just rip them off, you get methane, which is gas for your car. Wouldn't that be interesting if you could, so my job was to try to find a catalyst powerful enough, and I got pretty far, and someone please finish my research, but I needed a powerful enough catalyst to get in there and rip off those oxygens, because how crazy would it be to convert carbon dioxide into gas for your car?
Oh my God.
Isn't that awesome? That's
That is
so
amazing. I know my dad might be interested to hear this because
mhm.
he's a science person himself. He went to school for science, and
Yeah.
this might be something I might need to share this with him later tonight when I
Share
get
it
a
with him.
chance.
The problem is, though, that the carbon dioxide is such a stable molecule. It loves existing like that. So you need force, man. I was hitting it with heat. I was hitting it with fucking solvents. I was hitting it with everything. I'm like, break up, you bitch. Break the fuck up. I literally, I was abusing it so hard. But I actually did end up making like my own new molecule. It's never been made, but there just needs to be something powerful enough to break it up. But really, it's not a difficult concept to think about, right? Just need a catalyst to get in there and split those guys up. So it's kind of cool. But yeah, so
Man,
yeah,
man, that got me sad. I might need to take a look into that.
I'll send you the paper. I have the paper, Phil. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
All right.
Number 10, and then that's the end of this section. Now, do you ever imagine returning to medicine, or has art and music completely taken over that path?
It's taken over, I think, at least for now. I just feel like the momentum I built, nothing against medicine. I just would really have to reset. And right now I'm on such like a path. I think it's that one's taken over for me, you
I,
know?
I can pretty much tell because everything you posted, all the conventions you've done, all the artwork you've done, yeah,
Yeah.
she's going to be out here for a lifetime.
Yeah. It's just so much of my soul. I don't know where I would be without it. All my characters, all my love for making, what's the best feeling is like when I go to these shows and I give people their art and they're like, they cry, they'll laugh, they'll be like, oh my God, this is something I could only imagine. It's being able to pull what's out of their head and slap it on paper, which is the coolest. I think it's a superpower in itself. And I think it's a gift and I'm so grateful for it. So.
Hey, you know, like I said, God gives us very special gifts. And guess what? We use them to help people and do all kinds of crazy stuff.
No, I 100% agree, Phil. Everyone has their own. I totally believe in that too, that everyone is born with some sort of a gift. And it's up to you whether you want to find it or not. But I truly believe that we all have a purpose and we all have a gift on this earth. It's just up to you to find it. And maybe some people never find it. Some people know at a young age. Some people like, what's her name? I know Paula Deen, she has some like controversy surrounding her. But if we strip it away, I know she started her like baking career and she knew that she loved it at like 60, 70, and she was widely successful for it. Like, yeah, it's never too late to start too. So that's why I wanted to like say that, because a lot of people are like, oh, well, you've been doing it and I'm starting at like 40. And I'm like, no, it's never too late though, to be what you want to be. So
Yeah,
unless like it's Olympian, then you can't do that. You can't. Right.
I, yeah, it's a really nice feeling to have.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're out of that section now. Oh, we're getting close. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
Okay.
Well, oh, we're halfway through 20. Okay, cool. Okay. All right.
Woo-hoo.
So next one is going to be music journey. You'll
Yep.
like it. So I love the story of you being discovered one night in Miami. Can you take us back to that moment?
Oh my God. It was that person I don't speak to as much anymore because he actually turned out to be a little bit more toxic than I had bargained for. But
Mhm.
that's when I started to reach out to like the rap people of Miami. And these were big people. Like I'm talking like close people with like Flo Rida, Rick Ross, very powerful people in this person's circle. So I remember we were just at a club and my friend Johnny, I was fucking tired, man. It was like 10 and that's early. 10 p.m. is early in Miami. So, and Johnny, my boy Johnny, he's like a really good friend of mine. Shout to Johnny. Love him if he's watching. Um, but Johnny was like, yo, Sush, come down. I'm throwing like a big thing at 11, or it was some big club in Miami. It was either 11 Story or, you know. And he's like, you really want to come? Like, I think it was his birthday or something. And he's like, please come. Like, I won't ask you again. Please come. And I was like, oh man, because Miami is like, I live in West Palm, but like Miami is like far down there, you know? And I was like, shit, man, I got fucking drive like an hour and a half. But he's a good friend, so I do a lot for my friends. And then I drove my ass down all the way to Miami. So I was like, God damn. Like I was like, this is a long one. And when you're out, Phil, it's like till 6 a.m. You go until 6, 7, 8 a.m. Like you go all night. So, oh my goodness. So there I was in the club, and then a very dark stranger. You know when you just get that energy with people and you
Yeah,
you get,
I get
but
those kind of like danger senses and stuff.
it was dangerous, but it was like I've never felt an aura like that in my life, and I know a lot of people, so I was very curious about it. And it's like I went up to him and we just started just quick banter, and I was like, oh hi, like are you from here, and blah blah blah, just asking uh easy questions. And he was like, I'm a music producer, I work with like the big guys. And he's like, can you sing? Like he's a very blah 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 blah. And he's like, can you sing? And I was like, well, first I said, I'm an artist, I'm also a singer. And he's like, sing something for me right now. And I was like, I sang, I think Titanium or something for him. And he's like, whoa, you got pipes, girl. You want to be with the big leagues? You want to be like us? And I was like, wait, what? Because I never thought of myself as like I could always sing, but I never thought of myself as like a fucking like superstar or anything like that. And he's like, you a fucking star. Like you a star, girl. Like I'm gonna make you a star. And I was like, wait, what? And then commenced Sukesha's like music training. And it was, oh my gosh, that is a whole podcast, Bill, for another day, because that the journey ended up to be a little bit more toxic because those he really integrated me into it, but it was very toxic. Like he used to pull me. At first it was fine because he was teaching me, and he was like bringing me into the studio with like London in the track, like Bryson Tiller. I almost did like a verse on Bryson Tiller's song. And like I was like just a small little artist sitting in this huge studio with all these like big people. Like Birdman was outside with his Rolls Royce, and he was like, don't look at him, he'll probably like pull out a gun, so don't fucking look at him. And I was like, what? And I would always go to these parties. It's like, yo, it's Rick Ross's birthday, let's fucking go, it's a party. So I used to like just drive down to Miami, hang out with like these big guys. I went to a party with Kendall Jenner too. Like Kendall was there.
Uh,
Yeah, dude, no, these were like the most powerful people on the planet. And but I don't believe that everyone is like this. So I don't want like your favorite celebrity to have like a bad taste for. But the ones that I specifically, that guy, he's like, don't you fucking make me look embarrassed, because and every one of these motherfuckers has guns, so just like shut the fuck up and don't embarrass me because we'll be in big trouble. So I had to like sit there with my mouth shut the whole night. And I was talking to the camera guy, and he's like, who the fuck you talking to him for? What are you talking to the camera guy? And I was like, oh, and he's like, I'm not gonna give the celebrity's name, but there was a celebrity right by, and he's like, he don't like that. He don't like that you talking to the camera guy. Stay close to me. You don't know who's dangerous. And I was like, oh, okay, okay. Like people don't know I've been through this shit. So that's why I have like very thick skin. People don't know that I've been through like crazy shit. So but anyway, it he started to indoctrinate me, throw me in the studio. But that's where I found my pop voice in a more abusive way, though. He used to be like, fuck you, Sukesha, fuck you, do it the right way, you stupid bitch, fuck you. And I used to be like, I was like, oh my God, I used to cry in the studio, and I severed my ways with that person just because I thought it was not good. But I thought he did give me the drive in the beginning, because in the middle he said, I believe in you. So now I found a team from Belgium that reached out, and they worked with at the time Warner Music.
Okay.
And we had people, and we had people like a whole team now, and now we work with Sony, and Brunel from Sony proved to me. And this man, I never thought, because a lot of producers are very slimy. I also lost like a lot of money to that other producer. Brunel flew out on his own dime to see me from Belgium just to work with me. And that's when I decided, if someone is going to spend like $1,000 to come fly out to work with me and not expect anything but my voice, that's insane, you know? So then we signed with Warner, and that's the journey where I'm with Brunel. And we had some setbacks just because of COVID, but I love his sound, and I'm glad I work with him. I'm very grateful.
That
So
must have been a huge adventure for you. But it looks like it was a positive outcome.
mm,
Sometimes we have like those crazy moments, but
yeah, that's
I had a few moments myself, but I'm still here today.
good. I love that, Phil. I love that for you. And you're very positive. And I learned that the biggest thing was to always turn to the light, because that person was full of darkness and hate and like a lot of anger. And there are people like that in the music industry and art industry and acting, but not everyone needs to be like that to be successful. You don't need to be a fucking hateful person. Like, I remember him telling me, the old one, the first one that was toxic. He used to be like, you need to act like a god. You need to be like, everyone is your like minions. You need to step on these people to make it to the top. I'm like, dude, maybe rappers, like I could see DaBaby thinking like that. I could see like Offset, Migos. I'm like, but I'm not like that. I can't step on people even if I tried. First of all, I'm 5'1". Like, I can't even do that if I tried. I'm just like, I don't believe in that. And I believe in kindness. So,
All
yeah.
kindness.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said before, that's why I don't be like Rick Ross and that. I don't be like guys like that. I like their music, but I don't be like that. I'd rather be the person I was in the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, I think Ross is fine. I didn't talk to him personally at his party. I talked to Flo Rida a little bit, and they all seem like okay guys. I feel like it's like always like the middlemen who are like, because
Yeah.
the guys themselves were like the musicians were fine. I mean, even Drew from Chainsmokers was really nice to me, and Steve Aoki was really nice to me too. And like most of them are really fine. I think it's always the grumpy middle guys or the producers that are like, I mean, look at what happened with Kesha, like that's also crazy, and Dr. Luke. So but one big shout out I have to give out was Omen was and I posted a story about this a couple days ago crying, but Omen was a producer for Jay-Z, Beyonce, even stuff for Cole, like J. Cole. He passed, I think last week he passed, but he was a big believer of that you can do it with your talent, and kindness gets you very far. So shout to Omen for an example, like a good dude, who made it without being mean and nasty. So yeah,
That's nice. That's
shout
really
to,
nice.
he's a good dude. So
So, number 12, what were the biggest challenges in transitioning from being known as a visual artist to stepping into music?
sorry, say it again, Phil. You broke.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah. My phone just kind of acts up. So yeah, it's okay.
So, what were the biggest challenges in transitioning from being known as a visual artist to stepping into music?
Like very challenging, I think, because challenging, but it gave me more like a new perception of myself, because I always knew I was like a singer. Like I always could sing, and I have a very high octave. Like I can hit all those notes in the K-pop Demon Hunters. Like, that's a big fad right now. But I'm a very
Little FYI, the voice actor for K-pop Demon Hunters is going to be an anime week in Atlanta.
Yes, she was. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're all over right now, which is amazing. Yeah, I would really love if the singers would come to America, though. That would be amazing.
yeah.
That'd be like UJ and all
And,
those.
and just like Lisa, she's been in California a few times. I actually wanted to meet Lisa, but
Yeah.
it's gonna be impossible the way things are. I
And
will not give up though. I just thing is I'm not trying to like get her out, girl. I just want to
yeah.
pick her brain for a few minutes.
No, that would be so cool if you ever had her on a like a podcast. That would be amazing.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah,
So,
you
but please continue your story. I'm
yeah.
sorry.
No, it's okay. I know you're very passionate about it too. So, yeah, I think it was just like as much as I really don't like that guy for the way that I was treated, I have to thank him because he opened my brain up about so much more that I can be. And I think for all of us, I think what's the most important thing is it just sometimes takes one person to believe in us, you know? Maybe they'll change later, but it takes one person to truly believe in us, and then we have, it unlocks something within us where I think it'll take us to new heights, so while I don't talk to him anymore and he's definitely a case, I do thank him for broadening my perspective on what I can become.
There you go. But yeah, I was like, because when I saw you, I was like, I didn't know she was a singer too, because I was
Yeah,
like 2 weeks ago, because I was like, she must be doing visual art and music at the same time. She has to be doing it at the same time.
yeah, it's hard right now, but I had to really shift the focus on the art for now because there's a big trajectory going with that. But music, I'm still doing. I'm working on the album on the low. It's just like a lot of it, my team is working in the back end. So when it comes out, it comes out. And these things take time, especially with a major label like Sony. They're strict on, yeah,
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta have a team. Like I know myself with me going to all these conventions and just talking to people, having these like conversations and just ask questions. I'm basically a one man thing, but I make it work.
amazing.
Regard. I mean, I don't have a cameraman, but I make it work.
Yeah,
So and it worked out perfectly when I was at the tattoo festival. I interviewed people for the first time, do my own independent journalism stuff, and
awesome.
it's like it's getting a lot of attention. So
Good.
it's working. So I was like, well, I guess I better keep doing it because I'm getting used to it now.
Nice.
Here's the thing: do what you like doing, but don't lose yourself in it.
Yeah, you can't yourself. That's the most important thing. And in that music in the very beginning, I almost did. And I turned into a person that was not a good person. Like I remember I was like seeing someone at the time, and I remember him telling me, he's like, what's wrong with you? Like, why are you acting like this? And I'm like, I was so shaken because like I wanted to be a part of this world. And he was teaching me all the bad things, right? Like very bad personality traits. And he's just
Yeah.
like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, I don't know. Like 2017 was quite the time. Oh boy.
Hey, listen, sometimes, well, here's the one thing. I'm about to go full Pixar mode here in a section. Sometimes, and like, let's take Lightning McQueen from Cars, for example. The
Yeah.
first movie 2006, he was so focused on winning, like he pushed all
Yeah.
his friends away and all that stuff at the beginning of the movie. But basically, when he got stranded in Radiator Springs, he starts to understand, that life is about the journey, not the finish line.
Oh, I love
So,
Cars. Love that film. Love
yeah,
the
I said that with a few voice actors. Mauricio Tissagera, who I talked to before from the first My Hero movie. I didn't think I was going to talk to him because I've been posting him and Caitlin Mills all year,
Oh,
trying
right
to come to my hometown convention. But like you told me, the con doesn't want us. There's nothing we can do about it.
on.
So
Right on.
I tried, but he did agree with what I was saying. Like there are so many actors and artists today in video games and movies that are just in it to be famous. And that's a sad life, I feel. I guess you can gain happiness from fame, I suppose. But
I Yes and no, because like I think it should already speak if you I think there's a difference between that and wanting as many people as possible to see your work. You know what I mean?
mhm.
Think and to like make your art like internationally renowned. I think there's a difference because I've always wanted my work to be like loved by as many people all over the world, but it's not like an egocentric. Like I always want the art to be the best. I want people to love it. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, and guess what? And I watched a little like podcast interview with Josh Brolin and Thanos.
yeah.
He said like people have just been focused on paying their dues. Actors nine times out of 10 they want to figure out how to be famous. It's about paying your dues. He
Yeah.
basically saying like don't just do it just to be famous. Do it because you like the passion and the art of it.
Mm-hmm.
And lately, and same thing with Soul, when Joe Garner was doing that kid, it wasn't as fulfilling as he thought it was. But then
Exactly.
after watching him play the piano of all the things he's done with 22, he
Yeah.
was like, enjoy, like, this is regular old living. There's nothing wrong with that.
Hmm.
And just man, sometimes God tells us, let's just enjoy the small moments in life as well. Big moment. Oh, big moments just can be a little overwhelming, but but it's just noise. Like for something like for example, me, I like to go out on Fridays. I do like going out and going downtown and just getting some ice cream.
I think that's a great thing to do, Phil. We're
Mhm.
not.
So yeah, it was River Sweet Savannah because I was like maybe this Friday I can try Leopold's ice cream. So yeah, so pretty much stuff like that, going to get ice cream, going to eat or something, reading a book, taking a nap, just enjoy the small moments in life.
I love it. I love that philosophy. I love that whole thing. That's why, like, if you ever see me out, like, let's say you and I went out for ice cream, Phil.
Hmm.
This would never be in my hands. I am one of those where, unless it's like an emergency and someone needs to really, someone's calling me for something,
Hmm.
I barely ever whip this guy out because it's just like, I don't know. I like to live in the moment. I'm not even someone to like take pictures, which is really funny. I don't like taking pictures all the time. Nothing against people who do. People like to document, but and maybe I should be taking pictures more because I'm very much a socialite. But like, nah, man, I live in that 90s era where everything was so pure and we played outside and we biked a lot, we played soccer and I don't know, I just lived in that I'm still in that 90s era for life. So such a pure time where it didn't rely on social media. So
Hey, it's okay. A lot of people back in the day they were using message boards. There's not a lot of
yeah,
stuff going on, but yes, sometimes we don't need technology. The thing is, I'm trying to work on not, be on my phone all the time.
it's
It's
so hard.
it's kind of hard to be on my phone, but I am trying to do more stuff like read, do more research. That's how I be researching on you guys. I'm trying to read more.
I think that's great, Phil. I mean, this has been a great interview. You have great energy, by the way. So I have sometimes I get on shows and then the energy is just kind of like, well, it's like a little slow, which is fine.
I try to be pure and genuine as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, because thing is, I'm not just here just to talk to you. Listen. I'm not really like I'm not like doing this for views. I mean, of course, I want people to see my work, but I just want us to have like these honest conversations because people are not talking a lot these days. And
Love
basically,
it.
if you need to like stuff like I don't know, people do like crazy stuff like suicide, all that stuff, crazy incidents. So I just figured, hey, I am good at talking to people, and I've done 3 documentaries when I was in college, so I got to get back to talking to more people like this, and it's been working out so good, and yeah, I just want something to reach this, and maybe we can take life lessons from here too.
Love that, Phil. It's awesome.
So,
Mhm.
two more questions. Then we'll be at the end of this section. Then we'll be at logo, personality, and philosophy of life and the picture. Then we'll be done.
Cool. Let's rock
So,
and roll.
so now, sorry, your first music video reached over 100,000 views so quickly. How did that reaction feel?
It was really, really heartwarming and kind, and just the response for "Take Me There," like that will always be one of my favorite songs. I think it's got like 500K on Spotify too, which is actually incredible. It has a lot of comments. People still, and even like YouTube accounts were making Nightcore remixes of that as well. I was like, oh my God, I'm now in Nightcore. I'm like, that's crazy. Yeah, man, it was mind blowing. That was one of my biggest, I think, singles that I released, and on top of the other ones that I have. But I'm very grateful. So that was
Yeah, take a moment to enjoy the work that you've done. And I could tell when she reached outside, she must be pretty excited. She must be crying right now in her room saying, I've done this.
thank you. Yeah, Phil. No, it's been an amazing journey. So
Do you see yourself more as an artist who makes music or a musician who makes art? Or is it equal?
equal. I can't. I love them both. It's sad that because like with music, I can't do it at the level that my team does in Belgium. They have like the big, like I'm talking like $20,000, $50,000. I am looking to do some more covers to post for you guys, but I have a friend who's gonna come over and help me with my setup just so I can put out quality stuff. I
Okay.
don't want I don't want to, as a Sony artist, put out material that's like lackluster, if that makes sense.
Oh,
That's
yeah, of
not
course.
right.
Of course.
So covers are coming as soon as I get my setup together.
Hey,
But
listen, take your time. Listen, like, there's no saying, and I told this to somebody else, I said, take care of yourself before you can take care of others.
thanks, Phil. Exactly. Yeah. Just
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're not going anywhere. Take your time. Like, listen, I know that after I do these next few episodes for the next few days, I'm probably going to be exhausted from talking to people. But y'all would probably tell me the same thing.
Yeah. After shows, after Comic Cons, I just like, oh, there's a little fruit fly. You must like my wine. um, But yeah, no, I think for me after Comic Cons, I just like Mondays, I'm like, don't look at me, don't fucking talk to me because you talk to so many people every weekend, you know?
Yeah.
And I just sit there and I play video games like all day. Like this past weekend, I had like a very big cover due. I'm not gonna tell you guys what it is. I had 3 days to do it. And I just Monday, I literally like this past Monday, I was just like, nope, just playing video games. Like I can't, you know?
Yeah, and like I said, like listen, don't tell us. I wouldn't be surprised when you drop it.
Yeah.
And, like
Yes.
and when you kept saying, "Hey, I can't do this," I was like, I made adjustments. I found more people to
Thank
talk
you,
to.
Phil. Thank you. That's very kind. And I'm sorry about the first time.
It's okay. Yeah, sometimes when there's like big stuff going on, I'd be like, okay, this thing is not like it's the same thing like with like some of the voice actors who do like animated shows and movies. Until something else happens, okay, what can we do in the meantime? Basically, like for example, like because I know some of you guys they have like they don't just do voicing. They have other jobs. Some of them do like audio engineering.
Yeah.
Some of them have like their own voice acting classes, and some of them
Yeah.
work from 9 to 5 jobs. And some of them work in like those companies. Like I heard a few voice actors who just got signed on to be directors of shows and writers. So
I-
same thing that's going to happen to me when I start doing my own like business. I mean, of course, I'll be working in like a lot of cool places, not just basic low tech areas, but basically like in some of those like production companies, like Crunchyroll, for example. So just places like that. So basically, it's basically like this. Okay, what can I do in the meantime? There's probably other stuff I could be doing.
Mhm. Yeah, definitely.
So, um, all right. So we're almost done. Logo and personal philosophy.
Cool.
So your logo, Entropy, is such a powerful symbol of disorder and balance. Now, can you walk us through its meaning and why it represents you?
Thank you. Yeah, I love that. I was just thinking of something that really is, like you said, like me. And I feel like I am chaos, but I'm also balanced at the same time. Like I'm both. So I did like the scribbly design because that's supposed to represent like sort of the chaos. You can apply it to any principle too. Like um just like kind of the world as it is right now. There's definitely chaos going on. There's war, there's famine, disease. We always have that. But like I think there's still a sense of balance. Like that's why I put they're supposed to sort of symbol like rocks, like balanced rocks on top of like this chaotic. So because I think there always will exist balance and peace. That's where like think of like a martial artist, you know? So it's almost like a yin and the yang. The one can't exist without the other. So I thought that this was sort of very representative of myself because I'm just a chaotic shithead sometimes, but I'm still very peaceful and I am very there's so many aspects to my character. So I guess you could really apply the entropy. And entropy is disorder. That it means disorder, but I think you can find order in disorder. It's a very philosophical thing that I made up, I think. So
I think it's very creative, philosophical. I like it.
thanks,
So,
Phil.
because when I saw Entropy, I was like, this seems very interesting. Maybe she could explain to me if I asked nicely.
Yeah, of course. Pretty much it in a nutshell. So you can really whatever kind of meaning you want from it though, because everyone has their own. So
I know it's really nice to like know what the stands for because I know like because some people that I talked to like this is person I talked to before her name is Gabriela Constanza. She's actually out of the country again. She's actually back in like it's not Spain. I think it was Venezuela or something. She's talking about trying to do her own Chinese medicine. So basically, it's trying like stuff like and probably disorder and balance. Maybe she's trying to do something similar to that with the art of healing.
wow.
So kind of things, if it connects to what you were doing.
Wow, right on. I love that. As long as she loves it. That's
Yeah.
the most important part.
Now, next question. You've talked about facing a family crisis and hardships. How did those struggles both shape the way you approach art and life? Because thing is, one thing I did notice from all the conversations I've had, sometimes in shows, movies, art, writers, they actually have some kind of life experiences that expresses their feelings and the stuff that they do.
Yeah, that's a good question. Long story short, my dad went through, and this is a big reason why I think I'm not a doctor. My dad went through something very serious back when we had like our super big house, and we had like a very, very big house in Pennsylvania. And my dad basically he tried to sue a company for doing some shady. They were doing some messed up shady shit. And I'm not just saying this because he's my dad. They just were doing something really fucked up. And my dad tried to sue them, and it was him versus a big company. So they revoked my dad's license for like a very long period of time. So there was a period of time where my dad literally couldn't practice, and he was just taking like a really weird odd jobs, and it sucks because he was innocent. He didn't do anything. And I'm spreading the word about my dad because he's one of the best surgeons. Like he still has patients calling him every other day, like, where's Dr. Ray? And we ended up moving because of that. I mean, I love my house in Florida. It's really nice now. But it's really sad. And during that time when my dad just, he wasn't able to work, I was like, what can I do? What talent do I have that I can like support myself, or at least not have like my parents pay some things for me, or just what can I like do? And I'm like, I can draw. Okay, I can draw. Like maybe I can put myself up for commissions or something. So I was making money at like a young age drawing, and I was like, okay, I gotta hustle. I have to. So I learned hustling when I was very young, when I saw my father like get fucked by these people. And I was like, damn, these idiots that probably don't even know how to like do a fucking gallbladder surgery took this away from my father. And we still get very angry at that. And it's just like, and it is what it is. It's in the past, right? But you learn as you grow. And that was where I learned the hustle, to like never stop hustling. And I promised my dad I would work, because I didn't go into medicine, but I was like, Dad, I'll work just as hard as if I had done surgery. Like I'll study, I'll work hard, I'll draw to that caliber that I would be a doctor. I promise. Like, so it taught me how to hustle, but it was an unfortunate time, but it humbles you because we had everything. Like we had an indoor pool. Damn, I had like 2 acres of like a big mansion. Damn, it's a big fucking house, but like it makes you humble. So
Very nice. Yeah,
yeah.
and listen, I'm still struggling with the whole hustling part. I want to get there eventually. Lately,
Yeah.
I still live with my folks, but I
It's
think
okay.
they were saying like I'm basically using our house like a base of operations. So that way I'd be able to like, hey, once I start moving out, I'm going to start getting to the real world and be on my own. Because lately, thing is, ever since I turned, 2 months and 2 weeks ago, I just turned 25.
Oh,
So
congrats, Phil.
thank
Happy
you.
birthday. Yeah.
So I'm trying to work on doing more like paying bills. Because here's the thing, like I've been saving money because I think being 25 is making me change a lot how I like to.
Sorry. This little fruit fly really likes me.
It's changed how I'm looking at things. Like I know I have to do my part now because thing is, I'm actually gonna like start paying them at least $200 every month. So
Yeah.
I'm doing a good job saving money. So even no
Um,
matter how much I want to do something, I can't really do anything because I got stuff to pay off. So yeah, it's just I think another thing too, and something that really touched my heart where the last voice actor I talked to, he was saying like, me as 25 now, saying like I'm more like I'm getting more older and wiser. I understand like how you guys do things. Basically, he also told me out, when you're at a young age, you're just mostly in it for the entertainment. But
mhm.
you get older, you start to understand. I want to
Yeah.
know how it's made. Like he told me, hey, you want to come back in the room and see how the cake is made. You
Yeah.
want to be able to, understand how these guys go through different phases and to make this sort of masterpiece for everybody to enjoy. So
Yeah.
there's that situation. But also add on to your tragedy and all that stuff, situation.
Fine.
There have been a lot of shows I've seen that have dealt with tragedy and sacrifice themes. I'll take Naruto for example. Miley Flanagan, her mom passed away a couple of months back.
Mhm.
So she put all of her emotions and despair into Naruto when he met his mother for the first time.
Mm,
So it's kind of like those kind of situations where it's like, hey, there's more to these people than just acting and voicing a character. They also
correct.
have personal life tragedies that shape them
Yeah.
into the characters that they've done. Take Dragon Ball Z, for example. Garlic Jr. saw, I watched that 6 weeks ago.
Mhm.
Goku was still absent from the fight with Frieza, because after season 3 Planet blew up and he was on planet Yardrat, so he was training for a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Garlic Jr. shows up to attack the Earth, and basically it was up to Gohan, Piccolo, and Krillin to save the Earth this time. Goku was nowhere to be found. Vegeta blasted off into space to go look for him. So
Yeah.
basically, what I like, and I know it was only a filler arc, but I actually like it because I like how they gave Gohan a chance as to do his own thing and grow up and be realize my parents are not going to hold my hand forever. I gotta, I gotta do my own thing. Like they can't do everything for me at this point. So that basically gave him a chance to shine. I know Gohan, Piccolo, and Krillin was there, but overall, Gohan had to pass the torch in this saga.
Mm-hmm. Good analogy.
So.
So,
Yeah, so and if I can give one more here, I just finished watching season 7 of the English dub because my dad only likes the stuff in English. I watched it with him. Basically, there was a lot of life lessons in My Hero Academia, because when when the Todoroki family story concluded when Shoto froze up Dabi, it never felt bad for not being there for his son. But here's the other thing that also caught my attention. Parents are going to be busy. Like, they got other stuff to be doing. It's like they don't have time for their kids. So, but I never felt very remorseful for not being there for his son, and he turned into a villain. So
yeah.
he felt bad at after he was down for the count. So,
Mhm.
and yes, he was crying. That's the. But yeah, it's those simple life moments, and then where the Chocolate Rock and Himiko Toga,
Mhm.
in
Yep.
the episode called "A Girl's Ego," she,
Mhm.
you know, Ochaka was really wanting to talk to her. She was trying to reason with the sorrow in her heart.
Mhm.
Basically, she's been through a lot of trauma. Her
Yeah.
parents were on her, trying to push her away. Like she was demonized her as something, devilish. So I was like, why didn't you try to help your daughter instead? Like y'all could have
Yeah.
tried to,
Yeah.
but yeah, I understood. Here's the thing: even though they're villains, they also have a lot of good backstories. So yeah, when I saw that scene where the parents are being mean to their own daughter, that darkened her and it turned her into the villain she is today. And then Ochako had to try to save her from herself.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
if you see where I'm going with all these analogies.
Yeah. It's okay. Everyone goes through their things, so it shapes you to be what you are. So
So so,
yeah.
so yeah, listen. Back then, when I was just watching entertainment, now that I'm getting older, I'm really paying attention to the context of this episode now.
There you go, Phil. There you go.
Sometimes when you're at a young age, you just don't. I don't understand what's going on. I'm just watching the movie. But
Yeah.
now that I'm like, once you get to a certain age in life, you start to understand. Okay, now I understand what they're trying, what the message is in this movie or TV they're trying to tell us.
Yeah. Agreed.
I know I talked a lot. I just had so many emotions I
So,
wanted to say.
so I love you, and I honestly, I would go off. I have to call my agent, like, because I usually go for about an hour. I do have to call my agent, but, yes, I would honestly go off and off with you as well because you are such a joy, and I really enjoyed this interview for sure. But if you have any concluding ones, just ask away
Yeah,
for
let
sure.
me get. Yeah, there
I,
was two
I would
other
go
things.
off with you too. I just don't have a lot of time in my schedule. I'm so
Well,
sorry.
let's go ahead and wrap this up then.
Okay.
So this is going to be
Sorry.
a two-part question, okay? And then
Okay.
that's it. I'm going to merge it together. If that's okay. That works.
Okay.
Now, having lived through privilege, hardship, medicine, art, and music,
Mhm.
what has life taught you about resilience? And then also, looking ahead, what's next for you? Are there any dream projects, either in art or music, that you haven't tackled yet?
Cool. I love the questions, Phil. They were all fantastic, by the way. So to answer your final question, I think resilience, yeah, it's taught me all of this has taught me so many things, I think. Just art, knowing that there's people that are out there that genuinely care about you and want to work with you. You don't have to be mean, of course, to be successful. You can do it just being kind. Hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work. Just and maybe you don't see immediate like rewards, but I think even let's say that you get likes like 50 likes instead of 20 likes one day. I think that's still a win. Any little win, you need to take the wins, even if they're little, right? Because you're at least trying and you're doing something. So just moving forward every day, it teaches you resilience, even if it's a small step, right? It's still a step. So that will be the answer to the first question, as long as you just keep doing it. And then the second one, future plans, man, wherever the wind takes me. I'd love to do more covers, of course. Maybe even branch into interiors, like doing interior comics. Even branching into animation. I'm not sure. I hope my music is heard by the world, and I want everyone to see what I can do. And I think the goal is just to make as many people happy with what I can do. That's what I was put on Earth for, I think. So, um,
And don't forget, keep doing what makes you happy. Don't stop, you know?
oh, well, thank you, Phil. Yes, and I love doing this, and I hope it shows too. So, yeah, that's me in a real nutshell.
Mm. Well, since you gotta go check out Sukesha Ray. She's done a lot of artwork and music. Make sure you check them all out. And hopefully I'll see you at a convention at some point.
Oh, Phil, it'd be an honor. I'm so sorry again, love. I usually, yeah, it's such a time for me right now, but you were so fun. Let me tell you, everyone watching, keep a lookout for Phil. You were so fun, Phil, and your questions were so well curated. I'm just sorry I can't stay a little longer. I
It's
apologize.
okay. It's okay. Listen, you gotta go. I'm not gonna hold you hostage.
Oh,
But please check out Sukesha Ray and thank you again. You know, you made my day special. You are a very nice woman.
aw, thanks, Phil. Hopefully I'll see you and hopefully people in the comments at a show soon. So take it easy, all right?
You too.
Bye, Phil. Thank you.
You too. Bye.
Bye.